At Florida's Everglades National Park, the wildlife remains unaffected. The gates are still open, and visitors can access trails and outdoor areas, but the visitor center is closed, and services are severely limited. The park looked like a ghost town on the second day of the shutdown.
They need to do what they need to do, so I don't think it'll last very long. A couple of days maybe, but I don't think too much of it.
Right. Any concern with less maintenance, very few rangers?
No, not really concerned, because I was reading where they're still going to have, the essential personnel still here, so like police and firefighting and things like that, emergency, so I don't feel like that's going to be affected too much.
Sí había notado ciertas cosas.
I have noticed there are fewer staff. In fact, today I arrived earlier than usual, and the person who's normally at the entrance wasn't there. So yes, it struck me as very odd. As for maintenance, I think it's really important here. I ride a bike, and if the area isn't trimmed, there are a lot of snakes.
According to the Interior Department's contingency plan, open-air sites, trails, roads, and memorials will stay accessible. Restrooms will remain open, and trash will be collected. But 64% of the National Park Service workforce, more than 9,000 employees out of a total of 14,500, has been furloughed due to the shutdown. Rangers, deemed essential, may stay on, but won't receive paychecks until the shutdown ends. The Interior Department says if safety or resource protection becomes an issue, areas will close. But lessons from the past raise concerns about what happens when parks remain open with minimal supervision.
It was a tragedy that the park was closed, the employees left, and the gates were left open. The public, most of the public went to the park and was respectful. A lot of folks decided that since there was no law enforcement, that they would break the rules and drive off-road and cut down trees and things like that. So along with that, there was no trash pickup, there was no maintenance in the bathrooms, and the local community knew that this was bad for the park and bad for the community.
That was a reality during the 2018-2019 shutdown, the longest in U.S. history at 35 days. California's Joshua Tree National Park suffered lasting damage from unsupervised visitors. Now, more than 40 former park superintendents have written to Interior Secretary Doug Burgum, urging him to close parks entirely, warning the damage could be even worse this time.
The question now is how long the shutdown will last. Park advocates say with an already depleted workforce, even a short shutdown could make America's national treasures vulnerable. For now, the gates are open, but the risks are mounting.
The impact extends beyond the parks themselves to the communities that depend on them. The National Parks Conservation Association estimates the system could lose up to $1 million per day in visitor fee revenue, while nearby communities could see as much as $80 million in lost tourism spending each day.
I think it's very upsetting for the poor people who work at the national parks. They've had reductions in their workforce since the beginning of the administration, so it's even worse now. These people, I don't know what they're going to do.
National parks remain partially open with reduced services, but with minimal protection from human interference. Nitza, Soledad, Perez, CGTN, Everglades National Park, Florida.